Okay, all you dreamers, wannabe dreamers, want your dreams to come true. This podcast is for you. It's titled Dreams Do Come True. I was just at an event last night and I listened to artists accepting awards and they were talking about their dreams coming true. They've been working on this for years, 20, 17. One man was 45. He went from coal miner to songwriting, won his first award. It's never too late to get started, and that's what I want this podcast to be about for you. To lift you up, give you encouragement, and know that your dreams are not dead. They're still there. If you have that inside of you, it's meant for you to do it. At whatever level it is, you have just got to take the first step. You can't just keep sitting on it. I know, I'm one of those dreamers, and we're going to make our dreams come true. So I'm excited about this podcast. I'm excited to get started. And I'm so excited that you're here. Okay, so John KT Lindley, you're award-winning producer, engineer, musician, BMI, writer, publisher. Wow, you got a lot going on. And you just won the ISSA Team Recognition Award.
Correct.
That is beautiful.
Thank you.
So how are you?
I'm doing good. Coming down after the award ceremony, just relaxing a little bit, trying to get my bearings again.
I know, it was so exciting.
Yeah, it was.
Now, where are you located?
I'm located in Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I've read. Well, exactly just how long have you been in the music industry? Have you always been in it, or did you migrate to it from some other profession?
Well, I haven't always been in the business. I've always been into music since a young age. But straight out of high school, I was a finished carpenter. I was a furniture maker for 25 years.
Oh, nice.
And then I changed my career when the recession hit in 2008, 2009. I went to school to do engineering, music, audio engineering. Got my associate's degree, got hired at a translation agency where I'm now the department head of the audio and video department. And then while I was there, I was taking my bachelor's degree in music production. And then just recently, I think March of last year, I graduated with my master's degree in entertainment business.
Congratulations. That is wonderful. Yeah, that's a big accomplishment.
Yeah, and that's how I'm able to help with the ISA organization, with the industry, the business side of, the industry.
So how long have you been a member of the International Singer-Songwriter Association?
Would be just over a year. I joined. In July of last year.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Yep.
Look what's happened in a year.
I know, it's unbelievable.
It is. Well,
actually, just before I called you, I text my wife and says, this time last week we were just getting into Nashville. It's amazing already.
That is amazing. And listening to everyone speak on Saturday night just really moved me. And it just inspired me to create this podcast. Dreams do come true, because they do. And I think people just try to think it'll take forever, right? I mean, look what's happened in a year. And it's just amazing what can happen when you really believe and you just start taking action.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. So for you in your music industry, you got your degrees. That's wonderful.
Yep.
What other awards have you won for your music or songwriting?
I've won a couple of WSAs for production, collaborations. I'm in a group with Colby Gray, Grendel Griffiths, who won Male Vocalist of the Year.
Yes.
So we work together. We've been working together for about a year now, working on a second album it's going to be called Colby Gray. I won a couple of awards with the UK Songwriting Contest.
Okay.
I won a couple of semi-finalists and a finalist. And this year I just got a commendation, is it? I'm not sure what it is.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
That's wonderful. So you're originally from the UK?
Correct. Yeah.
I thought I kind of heard a little bit of that in there.
I call it my speech impediment.
I just love to hear, people from the UK talk. And I'm sure everybody loves to hear Southern girls talk. Maybe, I don't know. I try not to sound too Southern, but.
Yeah, I can tell there's an accent there. Yeah. It's difficult for me, though, because American is American, whereas English, we have North and South, too. And it's easier for us to tell the difference.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's wonderful. So I wanted to find out what really is your driving force behind all of your, music. You said you grew up with music and you've always loved music. So what's been your driving force to just keep you on that track and on that path?
I think I don't like to talk about myself too much. I feel like it's kind of like I don't like doing that. But I guess since you asked the question, I'll answer it. Well, growing up, I didn't have a very good childhood, so music was like my escape, and music never quit me, so I never gave up on it. And I do remember one of my high school teachers. I had a hard time in school because I just wanted to do music. One of my high school teachers put on my report card that he hopes I find a worthwhile career due to my lack of schooling. That resonated with me, and that pushed me, that motivates me. And so what drives me is motivating other people. Is like notice when people are getting like discouraged or whatever, I like to coach them and bring them back up. I think that's what ICE has allowed me to do. So
that's wonderful. Now, on that platform, do people reach out to you, or do you just see the comments and you kind of reach out to them and help them?
On ISA?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, basically how it started is that I was looking for groups to join on Facebook about a year ago, and I came across this one, and it was the first one that ever asked me questions going into the group. And I like, what do you do? Are you a musician? That kind of stuff. And so I answered the questions, and when I got accepted in there, I realized there was a lot of people asking questions about the business side, but some of the information they were getting was kind of like, I call it barroom lawyer talk. I have a friend that said this, and this is what worked, and it's like, no, that actually wouldn't work. So I saw a gap in there, and I thought, this is where I can help out. So then I started to give researched information. And then when anybody had a question, if it was too personal for them to put it on there, I'd let them inbox me or email me, and we'd work it through and stuff like that. We'll look over contracts for people, make sure that they're legit, check for scams, that kind of stuff. So
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Because, just the independent artists don't really know. I mean, like myself, I am a singer-songwriter as well. And I mean, a lot of the things people are saying, I really don't have a clue. So, I can see where that adds value to the community out there in the ISO group, because a lot of them don't really know. And they're there for that support, and everybody really does support each other. And that's just so awesome.
It's one of them situations in the music business is that if you don't understand the terminology, a shark can come in at any moment and drop something that you think is correct and fall for it. There's a lot of that on the internet. They just drop words and whatever, and people think, oh, they're famous, so they'll get me famous. And that's the mire that you have to get through, So, yeah.
That is so true. So I read Colby Gray is a group that you write with. Okay.
Yep.
So that's wonderful. What kind of genre is that?
I would call it folk rock. How Colby Gray started, I have to give credit where credit's due here.
Okay.
Is Randall Griffith has been performing under the moniker of Colby Gray for quite some time. Okay. And what happened was he reached out. We actually crossed paths on the internet, and he said he was looking for a producer, and I said, well, my number. So he actually reached out to me, and a year later, an album and 10 songs later, we've been working together, and we've become very close friends. And we decided to go under the moniker of Colby Gray as a group because it was easier for distribution, publishing, and all that kind of stuff. We made it into a joint venture. So I have to give him credit for that, really.
That's
So,
wonderful.
yeah.
Yeah, I was excited to see him receive his award, and I saw you go up there with him, so I was real happy for you
Well,
guys.
he made me go up with him.
Oh,
I was actually holding him up as he was walking down the hallway.
oh,
He was in shock, bless him. So,
oh,
but that was the first time we'd met. Was at the ISA Awards face to face.
oh,
We
wow.
actually met the night before and went out for dinner. And yeah, we've just like bonded like family. I mean, we really have. So
That is so wonderful. And that's what music does for people. It really does create a bond,
yeah,
that you can connect and really lift each other up or, just speak. It just is so true and pure, the words in
yeah,
the songs.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, I don't like competition in the industry. That's that. I mean, everybody's got a different thing to bring to the table.
mhm.
It's about working
Yes.
together.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I definitely believe that. So, speaking of working, are you working currently on any passion projects?
I am working with somebody right now. I don't want to drop the name yet, but we are
Okay.
working on a project. I was just working. Actually, I was just working on it before I called you. Another ISA member.
Okay.
Um, so we'll be, working on that. I've done a couple of collaborations with ISA members. October, we did Summer Vibe. That one's out there.
Hmm.
Colby Gray did one with Holly Nicole Combs, Cat Lady
Oh,
Queen.
yeah.
Um,
Nice.
so so yeah, we and Colby Gray, we are working right now on a couple of songs to finish up the album. And what we've been doing is releasing singles, and we decided that we're not gonna release these ones until the album comes out. So
All right. So when can we expect the album to come out?
I want to say, well, before Christmas. That's all I can say right now, because
Okay.
there's a
No,
lot of
that's
work that goes in. There's a lot of work
yeah.
going on behind the scenes. So yeah,
Yeah.
before Christmas.
That's
So
wonderful. So we can look forward to that.
yeah,
And you'll
absolutely.
advertise in the ISA group as well as on all your platforms, right?
Correct. Yep.
Hmm.
Yep.
And you're on all the digital platforms?
Yep. You can find me under John KT on iTunes, Spotify. My website is ktproductions.net. Um, then colbygraymusic.com is for the Colby Gray outfit. And on there, you'll find all our Spotify, iTunes links and everything on our websites.
Okay. And is it Gray? Just so I wanted to
Yes.
write a little
Yes.
something up. Okay. I
Yeah.
just want to make sure I say it right.
Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, that's what I was going to ask you, where people can contact you. And if you had one thing that you could offer the group, just a word of advice, what would it be to help them in their music journey, to make their
One word.
dreams come
Yeah.
true?
One word of advice I would give to anybody in the group is if somebody posts up a discussion post or starts a discussion, it's there to benefit, not to argue. Just like
Okay.
it's like difference of opinions is fine.
Hmm.
But it's be courteous, because when somebody puts something up there, it could be benefiting you. It might not be the first paragraph. It might be the third one. But most people just read the first line and go, I don't need that.
Yeah.
That's not true. So I guess my advice to them is read. Just find out before you respond. Don't be so quick to respond to somebody's post without actually getting in and looking at what they're actually talking about.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good advice. Just learn, and I
Correct.
love what you put, that is not there to argue it. It just
Right.
shows the level of, maturity in the group too,
Professionalism
so
is what
right.
is important. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely professionalism. Well, and that helps them grow as well when they learn, to do
Right.
that. Hmm.
Well, you can never you never run out of learning. I mean,
Hmm.
I don't know everything. Never
And
have
me
professed it.
either.
I've never professed to know everything. So,
Yeah, me
and and
either.
and I've joked about it before in interviews when people have said, how do you know all this information? Well, I
Hmm.
research it. You ask the question,
Hmm.
I go and find it on Google. It's that easy,
Yes,
But
yes.
it's deciphering through it all that's the
Hmm.
important part. So
Yeah, well, that's so great. Well, I really, really appreciate you taking time today. I know you're busy to meet with me, and I really am honored because I want to lift you guys up and put your story out there and let other people know that their dreams do come true and dreams are coming true. This is just the beginning.
yes, it
It's so
is.
exciting to have been there and to experience it and to have met so many wonderful people.
And I appreciate you taking the time out to give me a call. I really do.
Well, you're so welcome, Mr. John. KT Lindley, thank you and have a wonderful day making your dreams come true.
Thank you. You too.
That was John KT Lindley, an award-winning producer, engineer, musician, BMI writer, publisher. He just met Randall Griffith at the ISA Awards, and they have formed the group Colby Gray. And they have a project coming out before Christmas, and it's new music, and we're so excited to hear what that's about. It's a folk rock genre. Look forward to seeing that before Christmas on the colbygraymusic.com website, Spotify, iTunes. It was such a pleasure and an honor to meet with you today, and I hope you all are encouraged to making your dreams come true.